This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
And thanks for joining us here at 7 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starrentino. It's a program that can change a child's life.
But tonight, RTV6 is working to help one group that says the need for youth mentors, especially male mentors, is at an all-time high.
Megan Sanctorum found out why these mentors are needed and how you can get involved.
From schoolwork to fun activities, going out to eat, and even just talking. Leaders say regardless of the activity, mentors can have a big impact on a child's life.
The power that one person can have, it can really change a kiddo's trajectory.
The Hamilton County Youth Assistance Program works to pair kids up with positive role models. But right now, they have more kids in need than they do adults to mentor them. The group is looking for 90 additional mentors countywide, and they especially need men.
You don't have to be an expert. They have all walks of different life, careers, backgrounds, but they just show up and they're there for the kiddo.
One mother says her son has been on the waiting list for months, and she's hoping after seeing this story, potential mentors will sign up to help.
It just doesn't take a lot of time just to be, that phone call away or a text away or, a good luck on your finals text, type deal to make a kid's day.
We'll have more information about how to sign up to be a mentor posted on our website. Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
And 'tis the season to give back, and one couple is making it their mission to team up with the city in the fight against homelessness. Troy Washington is working for you to explain how it all helps to reduce the issue.
Kelsey Means started off in search of a way to find holiday cheer.
I was feeling very low-spirited about Christmas.
Refusing to stay in that space, she came up with an idea sparked by what this time of the year is all about.
Kind of gave myself a reality check. Don't be ungrateful for Christmas. There are people who don't have roofs over their head, and you have a roof over your head.
She's giving this holiday season, and she isn't alone in the effort to make meals for those experiencing homelessness this season.
I asked my husband, I was like, hey, you want to do this on Christmas Eve? And even if it's just me and you? And he's like, sure.
The couple won't just be handing out food. They'll also be making sure those sleeping outdoors during the holidays are at least warm.
Because they're out there freezing cold on the cold, hard ground. And, they need gloves and socks and things like that.
Right now, the Means family is accepting donations to make Christmas a magical moment, even for those without any place to go.
It really gives me the true spirit of Christmas, which is giving. And I think that a lot of people need to be reminded of that they're luckier than they think.
Even though this family is making it their mission this holiday season, all year the city of Indianapolis says they've been working too to reach a goal of using some $300,000 to address homelessness and panhandling downtown. According to the city, each time a person uses one of these, some of that money goes towards curbing homelessness in the city. They say the extra money made from extending parking meter times earlier this year helps fund the Pathways to Employment program, a pilot program set to become permanent next year that has given daily work to 43 people in need and helped almost 24 land full-time employment. Working for you in downtown, Troy Washington, RTV6.
We started off at 9 degrees this morning, so making it to 36 this afternoon was a pretty nice recovery, courtesy of that southwest breeze and a lot of sunshine. We're still holding at 33 in Indy. You've dropped down into the middle 20s already in Kokomo, and it's 33 degrees right now in the Bloomington area, but everybody's doing quite a bit better than this time last night. We're talking about temperatures about 10 to 20 degrees warmer than they were at 7 o'clock on Wednesday evening. Satellite and radar very quiet. We're going to continue to have mostly clear skies across the area this evening. So if you are heading out there, of course, you're just going to need to bundle up a little bit. Those temperatures sliding back into the upper 20s here by 10 o'clock, 25 and clear skies at 11. The wind that was a little bit of a factor today will continue to relax a little bit here through the overnight. Coming up, we're going to talk about some more cold nights, but warmer afternoons in the forecast. And of course, a look ahead to your Christmas holiday.
Investigators are trying to figure out what caused a fire that killed 3 people in Delaware County. Firefighters rushed to the 3900 block of North 800 West around 1:30 this morning. That's just west of Muncie. The Delaware County coroner says first responders initially found one person dead inside the home. coroner says investigators later found 2 more bodies. Their identities have not been released at this time, but according to the coroner, the victims were 2 females and a male. Double devastation for a church on the southwest side. Less than a week before Christmas, the Church of the Lord Jesus Christ caught fire. Inside, Christmas presents wrapped and waiting for families to pick them up. Last night's fire caused about $100,000 in damage, and Christmas for dozens of families is now in ruins. But sadly, this is just one of the recent events that's challenged their faith. The church's assistant pastor, Chris Smith, was killed 2 weeks ago in a shooting at Jake's Pub while celebrating his bachelor party. A huge loss, neighbors say, for the entire community there.
I really enjoyed listening to his sermons and his preaching, and I looked forward to it on Sundays to hear him up there, and he was a hard worker.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. If you would like to help, possibly make donations or volunteer to help repair damages to the church, reach out to us at workingforyou@rtv6.com, and we will put you in contact with the church.
Sentencing is set next month for a man who led Metro Police on a high-speed chase which ended with a crash and his passenger's death. A Marion County jury convicted Matthew Good of resisting law enforcement causing death. In August of 2018, IMPD officers attempted a traffic stop on a vehicle that was reported stolen. Good sped off and led officers on a 4-mile chase on the south side. It ended on South Meridian Street when he crashed into a tree. His passenger, Tracy Sears, was pronounced dead at the scene. Sentencing is set for January 16th.
He died with no known relatives left behind, but today, as he was laid to rest, an Indiana veteran was surrounded by family. 89-year-old George R. Green from Elwood was laid to rest with full military honors today. He was awarded several medals during his service, completing active duty in 1953. The Madison County coroner says they were unable to track down any living relatives of Green. So when people around Indiana heard he wouldn't have any family at his funeral, they turned out in droves. The holidays are a joyful time of year for many people.
But for some, it's also a season where feelings of depression, stress, and anxiety rise. According to a recent poll, women under 50 feel the most stressed out as holidays approach. Pressures like decorating for the holidays, buying gifts, worrying about the financial strain, and cooking the holiday dinner. While the highest amount of increased stress is in women, stress levels increase across the board during the holiday season, with one survey showing nearly 40% of people experiencing more anxiety. For people who already experience depression or anxiety, these issues can be triggered by the expectations during the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Experts say people want to feel connected to others, especially during the holidays, and if they are not getting that interaction, they can feel lonely and isolated. Mental health professionals recommend trying to maintain your schedule if you are experiencing those feelings.
The holidays really interrupt our schedules, so we stay up later. We're not, maybe we don't go to work because it's everybody's off for the holidays and so on. So it's really important to keep the same schedule because, having too much time in our hands or being at home can really throw us off.
People who have lost loved ones can also experience depression this time of the year because the holidays don't feel the same without that person there.
President Trump makes comments that not only outraged a lawmaker's widow, but also caused some of his own party members to pause. We'll look at that controversy next.
Plus, she did what grandmas usually do, tried to help her grandson. But one woman is out thousands of dollars because a scammer took advantage of her love for family.
RTV6 is working for you. This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
It was no surprise that President Trump is slamming Democrats for the impeachment, but a comment he made about a late Democratic congressman has sparked a major backlash.
Even some Republicans say he should apologize. More now from ABC's Karen Travers.
It was no surprise that President Trump last night slammed Democrats for the impeachment, but a comment he made about a late Democratic congressman has sparked a major backlash. At a raucous rally in Michigan last night, President Trump attacking Michigan Democratic Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, who voted to impeach him. The president suggesting her late husband, Democratic Congressman John Dingell, was in hell.
Maybe he's looking up, I don't know.
Dingell died in February. He served 59 years in Congress, the longest-serving member in history. The congresswoman said the president's hurtful words makes her healing much harder.
What I want is for all of us to understand words have consequences. Actions can hurt.
Today in the Oval Office, I asked President Trump several times if he will apologize to Congresswoman Dingell. He wouldn't answer.
Congresswoman Dingell, will you apologize to her, Mr. President?
Thank you. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi today slammed the president for his comment, calling him insecure.
Cruelty is not wit. Just because he gets a laugh for saying the cruel things that he says doesn't mean he's funny. It's not funny at all. It's very sad.
White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham on Good Morning America defending the president, saying he was just riffing in front of a wild crowd of supporters.
He has been under attack and under impeachment attack for the last few months. I think that, as we all know, the president is a counterpuncher.
John Dingell was widely respected by members of both parties. And today, 2 Republican lawmakers condemned the president's attack and said Mr. Trump should apologize. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
The security video may not look alarming, but what's unfolding here is a chilling theft. If you see, the man is a scammer. He's walking away with $10,000 in cash. The woman who handed it over is Barbara McCullough. Her grandson is a college student in the Bay Area. A man claiming to be her grandson called her in a panic. He was with another man who took the phone and told Barbara her grandson hit a prominent politician with his car, was arrested, and needed $10,000 in bail money. She went to the bank and got the money. A short time later, this guy shows up to collect the cash. Turns out her grandson never called her and was not arrested. The thieves played on Barbara's good heart and love for her family.
I heard him crying, and I felt flattered that he even called me. Well, he called me. He didn't want to upset his parents. That's what I thought.
There are other scams out there like this. The Federal Trade Commission calls them grandparent scams.
Coca-Cola is under fire for trying to convince teenagers and moms that its sugary drinks are healthy. The International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health analyzed internal documents from 2 Coca-Cola ad campaigns. Now, the organization says Coke largely targeted the 2 groups in order to shift their attitudes, despite growing evidence that sodas contribute to obesity. One memo talks about building bonds with journalists to block negative media coverage. Another memo talks about using young social media influencers to promote products.
We're outside of Loyola Marymount University, where the debates will take place later tonight. We have a preview of what you can expect coming up.
And we have some more cold nights ahead of us. In fact, we'll be down around 20 degrees tonight, but the afternoons are going to get quite a bit warmer. We'll look at that in your 7-day planning forecast. You're watching RTV6 News at 7.
Budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Welcome back. The 6th Democratic primary debate kicks off tonight with 7 candidates taking the stage in Los Angeles.
But one day before the event, the House voted to impeach the president. And before that, a union strike almost canceled the debate entirely.
ABC's Elena Gomez is in Los Angeles with more.
A union strike was planned outside of Loyola Marymount University today, but an agreement has been reached and the debates will go on, continuing after the impeachment of President Trump. 7 presidential hopefuls will take the stage at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles on Thursday night for the Democratic primary debates. A food workers union is celebrating a victory, but earlier this week, their fight almost stopped the debate in its tracks. After all, the candidates said they wouldn't cross picket lines to attend, but a last-minute deal avoided that. Fewer than half of the Democratic field qualified for tonight's debate, and of those candidates, only 1 is a candidate of color and just 2 are women.
We've had some great women running in this race and a few that are still running, and I think that's very important.
Candidates are putting new pressure on the DNC to keep the field diverse.
Narrowing it too soon means we're not going to hear from everyone, and I'm sorry to see that.
Ahead of the debates, candidates are battling to attract more voters with big ideas. Andrew Yang just released his new healthcare approach, supporting, quote, the spirit of Medicare for all, with some of his own tweaks.
American history is not a fairy tale.
Joe Biden releasing a new TV ad.
I believe in democracy, not billionaires owning the system.
Bernie Sanders doing the same. His ad seemingly aimed at Pete Buttigieg. After he held a big dollar private fundraising event, Buttigieg thinks the criticism is par for the course.
Everybody running for president needs to be able to explain why each of us is better than the other.
The impeachment of President Trump will likely be a hot topic of debate tonight. You can watch the debate starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Elena Gomez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, Kyle, we've been seeing a lot of cold temperatures.
Yeah.
And things are going to
start
change.
to warm up. It's going to get a little better.
We saw the sun, though, today, which is nice.
That's a big improvement, yeah. And it makes a difference, especially brightens things up when it's reflecting off of that snowpack that we have on the ground. We melted some of it today. Our temperature made it above freezing, and we're still above the 32-degree mark right now at 33. The wind, that's driving down that feels like number, though, to 25. Wind chills in the 20s most areas. You can see, though, an exception. Peru feels like 17 degrees, feels like 30 in Lafayette, but that's the actual air temperature, so that wind is starting to relax a little bit. As we go through tonight, we'll continue to tumble back through the 20s and land in the upper teens to around 20 degrees, so about 10 degrees warmer than we were earlier today. 20 in the city and Columbus, as well as Peru, and 19 in the Muncie area. Here's a look at TrueCast as we go throughout our Friday afternoon. Not going to have a whole lot of changes. We'll see a few more clouds that will build in, especially as we go Friday night into Saturday morning. But it's going to be a dry forecast for us. In fact, not only to end the work and school week, but through much of the holiday week ahead of us. As we plan out your Friday here, we start off with the clear skies, a couple of those clouds into the afternoon. Now tomorrow, the wind is not going to be as breezy as it was today. Only about 5 miles per hour, still out of the south, so we'll get into the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. And how about middle 40s around Bloomington and Columbus? That's where we don't have as much snow that we got to melt before we can warm things up. We'll get to 37 in Muncie and 38 in Lafayette. Right now, the weekend looking great. Don't expect that to change. We'll continue with this warming trend here. 42 on Saturday and 44 on Sunday. As we continue to melt the snow away, that gives those temperatures more momentum here to continue warming up a little bit, and it comes with dry weather both days and fairly light winds. Even as we go closer to the Christmas holiday, we're going to see that cold air moving out of here, and temperatures that this time of year should only be in the middle to upper 30s are going to be in the middle to upper 40s, maybe even a few spots that hit 50 degrees on Tuesday and Christmas Eve. So it looks like your travel weather is going to be in really good shape here Christmas Day. 48, just an isolated shower chance. Put it all together for you now in that 7-day planning forecast. And there are the cold mornings we talked about. We're going to see those numbers in the 20s, around 20 tomorrow morning. So watch out. Some of those areas that melted today with the snow could refreeze and certainly make some additional slick spots going into tomorrow morning. Possibly some patchy freezing fog as well. Going into the weekend, though, we'll improve through the afternoons. 42 degrees on Saturday, middle 40s on Sunday, and there we are close to 50 degrees by Tuesday. So yeah, we got a lot of snow on the ground right now, but it does look like pretty much all of that is going to be gone outside of maybe some of those giant mounds in the parking lot.
And there are some
for Christmas. Yeah.
All right, Kyle, thanks.
We'll be right back after this break.
My heart was overjoyed and grateful due to my situation.
Several local families are feeding off the generosity of some Metro police officers. This week, members of IMPD's Northwest District are teaming up with Walmart to provide groceries for families in need this holiday season. The officers shop for groceries with families and pick up the entire tab. Great to see. Unemployment is near a record low, but new data shows that might come at the expense of the lowest paid workers.
Bankrate released its annual survey of worker compensation. They say only about a third of workers who make less than $30,000 a year got a raise this past year. Meanwhile, 55% of workers who make more than $50,000 said their salaries went up. A Bankrate spokesperson says that's evidence that special skills and certifications are valuable in this job market. Imagine being able to get really comfortable in an economy class airline seat. A European design firm has a simple solution. They've created a new seat with little fold-out wings to give you a place to rest your head or to lean against. The chief designer says it's time coach seats get the same treatment as first class and business class. He's in talks with a couple different airlines and expects that this new idea will take off soon.
According to Forbes, the highest earning YouTuber raked in $26 million this year, and he's only 8 years old. Ryan Cagey has almost 23 million subscribers on the Ryan's World channel. He started unboxing toys on camera when he was just 3 years old. He's expanded his content since then to include experiments and educational topics, and he's grown into a media empire. Ryan has contracts with both Nickelodeon and Hulu. According to Variety, his production company employs 28 people. Wow. Toy maker Fisher-Price is getting unwanted social media attention. Did you get this playset for your child this Christmas? Well, this playset is stirring up a lot of debate online. It's called Fisher-Price's Snacks for Two Charcuterie or Meat and Cheese Board. The 15-piece set includes fake marble plates, a wood-accented cutting board, and real fabric napkins. There are also faux snacks of salami, cheese, pull-apart grapes, and crackers. Some people are attacking the toy set for being too snooty and too hipsterish and too highbrow. But others are defending it, calling it cute and something they would have liked as kids. What do you think?
I think it's darling. It's something I totally would have played with and probably will get my nieces. Well, Christmas in an Atlanta, Georgia home does not just come with 3 wise men. It also includes 1 wise owl. Kate Newman has several owl ornaments on her tree, so when her young daughter came to her in tears saying one of the ornaments scared her, she decided to investigate. Turns out a real owl was rocking around the Christmas tree. The family tried leaving their doors and windows open all night, but the owl stayed put. They eventually, they eventually called a wildlife expert who came and captured the bird.
Did that owl kick
a little scary.
Kick the partridge out of there?
That's in the pear tree, right?
Oh my goodness. That's funny.
All right, well, yeah, it's going to start to warm up here the next couple of days. Highs return to the 40s.
All right, thanks for joining us for RTV6 News at 7.
We'll see you at 11 o'clock right here. Good night.